Notes on solving two-step equations. Remember, when you're solving any equation, your goal is to have all the variables on one side and the numbers on the other side. You should use opposite operations to isolate the variable and get it by itself on one side of the equation. For example, if a number is added to x, you should subtract that number from both sides of the equation. And if you do one thing to one side of the equation, you have to do the same thing to the other side. Just some things to keep in mind about solving equations in general. We're going to talk about two-step equations. So far we've been doing one step where you're either adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing, and that's the only thing you're doing to find x. We're going to talk about two-step equations now where you might have two operations that you have to undo in order to find out what x is equal to. In example number 1, first we're going to write an equation to match this model. To write this equation, we're going to count our number of x's. Remember, this means equals here. This is the equal sign. So on the left side of the equation, and I'm going to put my equal sign up here on the equation. Okay. On the left side, I'm going to have two x's, so that's going to be 2x. This will be 2x. And then I have two negatives, so that's minus 2 negatives. I could also do 2x plus negative 2. That's fine also. Okay, so 2x minus 2, and on the other side of the equal sign, I have a positive 4. So that's my equation, 2x minus 2 equals 4. To solve this, the first thing I'm going to do is look and see which side of the equation is my variable on. It is on the left, so I'm going to work with the numbers on the left side of my equation. I'm going to leave the 4 alone for now. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do kind of goes against our order of operations, but I'm going to look at if anything is being added or subtracted with x first. So when I look at this, I see that I have 2 times x, and then I have subtracting 2 from that. So the first thing I have to do is get rid of this subtracting 2 or this negative 2 by adding 2 or putting a positive 2 on both sides. So the first thing I have done is made this 0. Now I have 2x left on this side, and 4 plus 2 is 6 on that side. Now I just have a straight multiplication equation to solve. So now I can divide by 2 on this side and divide by 2 on that side. And 2 divided by 2 is 1, so we can cross those out. That will be x equals 3. Okay, I'm going to put a 3 here. I'm going to go back and make sure that that solves the equation correctly. So for my check, I have 2x minus 2 equals 4. I'm going to put in a 3 for x. So that's 2 times 3 minus 2 equals 4. So 6 minus 2 equals 4. And then I actually do the subtraction, and I know that 6 minus 2 is 4. So 4 equals 4, and that equation is checked correctly. That's how you're going to solve a two-step equation. You do the addition or subtraction first, and then you go back and multiply or divide. Okay, so I'm going to have you go ahead and use that example to do, use example number 1 to solve example number 2. How would you write the equation? And then you're going to use 2 steps to solve it. Do your addition or subtraction first, and after that's done, your multiplication or division. So let's look at, you're going to do example number 3 also. Actually, I'll help you set up the equation here. For number 2, I'll help you set up the equation, and you'll have to solve it with your 2 steps. So on number 2, I have an equation. I have 3 x's on the left, 3x, 3 positives plus 3 equals, this is my equal sign right here, 6 positives on the other side. So the first thing you're going to do is undo this addition of 3 here. You're going to get rid of positive 3 with negative 3. When you're done with that, you'll divide by 3 on both sides. Okay, let's take a look at, you're going to do example number 3 on your own. Example number 4. All right, 3x plus 4 equals 16. So I am going to do, first I'm going to figure out which side of the equation is my variable on. It's on the left. I'm going to ignore this 16. I don't want to add or subtract with it because I need a number on that side of the equation. I'm going to leave my x's on the left side of the equation. So I'm going to look at this. I'm going to say, okay, adding and subtracting comes first when I'm solving an equation. So I am going to get rid of this positive 4 with a negative 4. So I'm going to do the opposite of addition, which is subtraction on both sides of that equation. Okay, so when I do that, positive 4 and negative 4 make 0. That leaves me with 3x on this side equals 16 minus 4 is 12. Okay, so now I'm down to 3x equals 12. That's multiplication equation, 3 times x. So the opposite of that is dividing. So I'm going to divide by 3 over here. Remember, you have to use the number that is on the same side with x. I can't use 12 to divide with. I have to use what is being done with x, and x is being multiplied times 3. So I divide by 3 on both sides. 3 divided by 3 is 1. That leaves me with x on this side and 4 on that side. Now for the check, the first thing I do is write that equation, the original equation with the variable. Then I'm going to fill in the number 4 for the variable x. 3 times 4 plus 4 equals 16. Now I know 3 times 4 is 12. Now I'm going to write 12 plus 4 equals 16. You solve one part at a time. Okay, order of operations. Multiplication comes first. Then addition. So I'm going to go ahead and have 16 equals 16 here. Okay, we need to do the opposite. The opposite order in order of operations would be addition and subtraction and then multiplication and division. That's why we go backwards here and do the addition and subtraction first. We're going in reverse in order to solve this. Okay, so we have to reverse the order of operations and do that here also. I'm going to do one more with you, which is a subtraction equation, and you're going to do example number 6 on your own. I'm going to get you started on example number 5, and you'll have to finish it with the check. Okay, on number 5, we have 2 times a minus 5 equals 17. A is on the left, so I'm going to work on the left side first. I have to work in reverse to undo what is being done with letter A here. That means I have to work with addition and subtraction first, the reverse order of PEMDAS. So what I'm going to do is get rid of this minus 5 or negative 5. You can think of it either way. And to do that, I'm going to add 5 to both sides. Okay, so that's your first step, is to add 5 to both sides. I want you to go ahead and finish example 5 and do the check, and then also do example 6. And we'll talk about this some more in class tomorrow.